Hey YouTube, I'm on a GoPro today because I can't get the audio to work with this amp. Yeah, I've always got a problem with the Softtek. I will sort it out at some point. So we're on GoPro. This is an Epiphone Valve Junior, or it's a Grainger Epiphone Valve Junior. Grainger were imported by Sound Control, and they were sort of their own brand, but it's exactly the same amp with made in the same factory at the same time, sort of thing. I've got, I don't know if it comes up in the picture, I've got a 30 watt Blues Twin, which is the same as the Epiphone 30 watt BC, whatever it is. Yeah, so pretty simple. It's got one volume, an input, a power button, and on the back you can unplug the speaker, so you can plug a bigger speaker cabinet into it, or into a bigger speaker cabinet. And that's kind of it. I've been playing all this week using this, being the Shocking Bird, which is just one single coil pickup and a volume control. So pure limited, like mad, and it's great. So I'll stick it at a quarter volume or something. Yeah. Turn the volume up a wee bit. At this point my webcam kept giving up the ghost from the sound. So it is quite limiting having one pickup, one volume, and just the volume, but it's also quite liberating because you don't have any choices to make with, you know, EQ, how you set the gain or anything like that. You've just got how you play to make the sound. So it's amazing what you can do just when you're stuck with it, to get different sounds just by the way you play, you know, just how hard you hit the strings, where you hit them, you know, just the nuances really are highlighted when you've got sod all to work with. And to us, I pure love it. It's not a clean amp, well it's clean, but it's not clean. You know, it does have a valvey thing going on. Yeah, so the thing, when I had one of these a couple of years ago, I think I did a video for it, probably very similar to this video. I was thinking it's the sort of amp, because it's like only 5 watts, and the Softtek, which is like 60 watts, it's like a Marshall GCM 800 type thing, 50 watt heads, when you turn that up really loud it sounds pure amazing because the amp's pure working, so I figured if you turned that up really loud it would sound like, you know, like that does, but at a tenth of the volume. No, it doesn't really do that. This goes extremely loud on its own, and it does distort, but it's not like a, you know, a Marshall 70s rock distortion. I mean, obviously I've been a bit silly using this kind of guitar through it. I'm sort of highlighting, so if you imagine you just had a Strat and you were only allowed to use the bridge pickup on its own and you weren't allowed to touch the tone control, well, the tone control doesn't do anything, a Strat does it? I mean, that's a totally usable sound. But what I didn't have last time was pedals. So now I've got a bit of a pedal board going. I can plug that into this and use lots of things to make it sound more interesting. There we go. So what I was messed about with, the one I liked was the, when you plug the guitar in, I don't know if it's going to come through in the camera or if this is even going to record, but when you put, these pedals are bypass, there's like 10 of them or something, it does seem to, mind you, it's going through the jam man. I wonder if that's doing something. It doesn't seem quite as harsh, even though none of the pedals are turned on. Something seems to get rid of it. A bit of the drive is much cleaner. Possibly one of the pedals has got a buffer in it. I think it might be the jam man though. But now it's clean. So when you stick on, this is a Zakk Wylde overdrive. Which I quite liked. I messed with the other ones. Because I turned the gain up on that pedal, I messed about with it earlier on. But what it does do, let's have a look. Yeah, I could do with a bit of a tune. Oh. I forgot what I was going to say. Yeah, so if you use using something like the Marshall Governor pedal, which I've got on just now, it's got an EQ on it, so you can kind of compensate for the fact that the amp doesn't. Yeah, but if I was going to say, all tubes, and it shows, like see when you're using pedals and stuff, I've got a Hughes and Kettner down there, which is a solid state amp. It's a good one, and the clean sounds on it are great, but see when you start driving it, it's like, it just doesn't sound like a tube amp. But you know, I've not really heard any. I'm a bit of a tube snob, obviously, I've really come to realise, but it does give it that tubey sound. So if you're running some pedals into your amp, that'll make it sound rocking, is my theory anyway. See, I kind of thought it would sound like that when I had it originally. That was what I wanted it to sound like, you know, without any pedals. I mean, that's just perfect though. Yeah, so I'll just get the camera for that. So I'm going to just punt it because I've actually found my dream amp, which I managed to get as a trade yesterday. The guy came round just out of the blue, and it's like, oh, and it kind of does sound like that does with the Marshall in it, but it doesn't need the pedal, which is, I think it's more just like the idea of it more than anything else. So these things are quite moddable. You see a lot of things online with folk modding them more in it, but I think, see if you had like wee pedals, like, you know, like, see a spring reverb one, that size, see if you had like a, you know, like a tube screamer type overdrive. That was the overdrive I was using there. But there's a whole pedal board. Not necessarily in that order. Yeah, so I'm just going to sell this because I've got this Laney, which I'll do a video for later, but hopefully the camera likes that one more. It's really annoying it didn't record it. Okay, rock on.